Hi. Welcome to the um, well fourth video lecture of this course and the third topic, basically, which is the consumer theory. I should actually erase them independence curve analysis from this. I cannot do it in this computer. I have another computer where I can change PowerPoint files, but this computer, because the Mac, doesn't allow me to do so. But anyway, I will raise the indifference curve analysis part before I put it to the to to class. But anyway, uh, well, basically, we are dealing with we are starting to study the perfect competition model, but the model itself has three parts. And in some cases, in introductory courses, these parts, first, these two parts, consumer theory and producer theory, are have specific name, and their names are given to the topic as topic names. And then the third topic that comes after consumer theory and producer theory is named as perfect competition model. But I decided to name all of the three lectures on consumer theory, producer theory, and combined version of those two as perfect competition model, because they are one model basically. I mean, they are telling different sides of the one model. So basically, in the first part of the lectures on this model, we are dealing with the demand side and model the demand behavior of the buyers. We don't need to understand buyers in detail. So even though we are dealing with the consumer theory, and here actually the connection with the perfect competition model matters, we are only aiming to understand consumers as much as necessary for us to model the whole market where producers and consumers come together. So we are not looking to the consumers in more detail than it is necessary for us to understand the whole market of a good. As well, you all know for now how we define a good. So in a way, this perfect competition model is aiming to create a more detailed model of of goods in general, although it can also use to model well the market for money or market for labor. Actually, you might try to apply it, but mainly it is built as a model for goods and services, of course, and it is basically the whole model itself is basically aiming to show, and it is created by Alfred Marshall also. Let me basically mention it. It is aiming to show that the market economy, capitalism or market economy, where the buyers and sellers come together to exchange what they produce and what they produce, and or they come together as buyers and sellers in different markets. This type of economic system produces best possible outcome according to the measures we have, according to the efficiency defined by course Marshall and economists that follow him, under certain conditions. So if those conditions are not met, even within the framework, using the definition Marshall has used, the market won't produce best possible result. And today we will also look why this might be the case when some assumptions are violated, but we will also look in some other violations in the last microeconomics topic, which is basically the monopolies and imperfect competition. So that's it basically. That's the main motivation of the model, showing that under certain conditions, market produces the most efficient results. Remember again, of course, we need to define efficiency, and we will see how that efficiency is defined and how the case for this most efficient possible efficient result is made by the Marshall and the economists that follow him. But basically, this model is produced 100 years after Adam Smith has produced demand and supply, created the demand and supply, not model but the law basically, which was created as a model later. And it was a time where actually the market economy was challenged from the left by Marxian economists and economics basically, which was not that much strong in academia, but this weak Marxian economics ideas had some have been. I mean, the Marxian economic views, which was not that much heard in academia. Only they were heard, but they were heard relatively weakly. At the university, you hear much more the alternative economic ideas, which is called mainstream economics. But even though in academia those views were not that strong, they were very effective outside of the academia. I mean, political movements were built upon them. And there was also some call for regulation and basically and certain ills of the markets, basically like unemployment, large unemployment, or pollution. Those things were considered. I mean, the market economy might not working that well, and the existing models were not explaining these deficiencies, these problems. So market economy maybe was not producing the best possible results. That idea was also expressed in other, let's say, political and social circles, and academia also needed to respond to that. And even though we are now looking for overall efficiency of a market, of course, the new economic trend, which there was a new economic trend, let me start from there, which started in the late 19th century and early 20th century, called marginalists, began with three major economists, not Marshall, but Walras, the Menger, and Jevons, basically were the three pioneers of it, who basically argued that economics can be understood by looking to the marginal values of different things. I mean, marginal means basically the values of the last unit of different variables. For example, marginal benefit you got from a output, or marginal cost of output you produce as a producer. So this marginal marginal units of all of these different variables were most critical ones to understand how economic system is working. That was their argument. And later Marshall, who was a mathematician, had built a whole economic framework, bringing different ideas of different economists who were working within this tradition, which is called marginalist tradition. And basically, this framework has created more or less today's macroeconomics framework. As you have already seen, I mean, even though the demand and supply model belongs to Adam Smith, the consumer surplus and producer surplus concepts also belong to Marshall. Marshall famously claimed, "I want to make economics be useful." But in terms of usefulness, he kind of explained basically market economy can solve certain problems by itself or create efficiency at certain areas by itself at maximum levels. And he also deals with some inefficiencies of the market economy. Also, I mean, he also has some models which show at certain areas maybe market economy can create some inefficiencies. So this idea of understanding how efficiently market economy is working and under which conditions that efficiency is maintained, and what are inefficiencies that might exist in the market economy, and how can those inefficiencies be addressed? That's basically kind of the framework he created. I mean, the framework he created addresses those questions, basically. And he also there are also some works done on environmental problems. For example, also the unemployment. So the framework, Marshall's framework, is used to address many different problems, and also it has become dominant framework. So many different economists start to work on different aspects of it. Also, that also helped it to deal with different issues. Basically under the guidance of different economists who are interested on different issues, while other traditions have more limited number of economists, so they could not necessarily deal with different issues. Anyway, so this is the background of the model, pretty much. I mean, and pretty much the main model is as it is written by Alfred Marshall. Not much is added to it, although certain imperfections we will see today are, I believe, not Marshall's. They were developed later by other economists, I mean, who described those imperfections. Anyway, as a starting point, however, I want you to watch a video on basically the video is on the business strategy of Coca-Cola. And it's a nice video because it may understand you maybe going a little bit more beyond even the typical consumer who's almost working as, well, someone who doesn't have feeling but who just acts like a computer. I mean, just evaluates what is necessary, what gives him most benefit or good feeling, and just buys it. But you see here actually how a typical consumer goes beyond this very basic model, let me say. You see this because when we are thinking about Coca-Cola is a drink. So you pour it, you drink it, and it has a taste. It might taste good with certain foods. It might taste not that good with certain other foods. And basically, if I am just buying a drink, for me, the most important aspect of that product will be how it tastes and how it is going good with certain foods, and whether it is not going that well with other foods. So I need basic information related to that drink. But as you will see here, Coca-Cola advertisements go beyond that. They also deal with this, but they go beyond that. Anyway, watch it, and then we can talk more.